Good morning. It is for good reason that we gathered together today with countless other Americans across the nation and across the world. Regardless of race, creed, or political persuasion, we gather in unified and solemn remembrance to honor the sacrifices of those who answered their nation's call and who have willingly laid down their life for our freedoms. The past year has been incredibly challenging, and as our way of life was changed in difficult and chaotic ways, it would be so easy to postpone our ceremony, delay our responsibility to Americans' fallen service members to next year, make the excuse that we are tired, fatigued from the pandemic to take a break. But men and women of America's armed forces who have sacrificed and given everything they have, including their very lives, for our safety and freedoms we enjoy, deserve more than an excuse. Here in Littleton, we don't make excuses, and certainly not on this most sacred of days, Memorial Day. Today, we push through the fatigue and pandemic exhaustion to come together to honor and pay our respects for those lost on the front lines of battle. This Memorial Day, as we join together, whether it is face-to-face or if only in mind and spirit, remember their names, their faces, and their service legacy so that their sacrifices are never forgotten. Those of us who gather today to honor fallen comrades have cherished memories of friends we shared a foxhole with or our meals with. As credible as the quick passage of time, we reflect on the brief moments we had with those now absent friends. Even though it may be many years since the day we bid farewell, we still revisit the times of shared laughter, the tears, the expectations that we all had for the future, as though it were only yesterday. Their hopes and dreams and plans were never fulfilled because their lives, their time on earth was so much too brief. As we take this day to give thanks to them and quietly contemplate their ultimate sacrifice, we realize how remarkably inadequate our attempt really is to pay tribute to them. There are no words that can properly reflect the magnitude of what they accomplished, but as we enjoy our way of life in the land of the free and the home of the brave, we can commit ourselves to diligently reminding present and future generations of Americans that there is no freedom without bravery, and those we honor today were brave when it counted the most. Our intent today is not to speak of the glory of battle or to pay homage to our heroes or icons, but rather to reflect on the person behind the deed and remember all of our fallen brothers and sisters in arms for what they actually were, people just like us. Equally, they held true to the values upon which this great land was founded and shared a common belief in freedom, justice, and liberty. They were our fathers, mothers, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters, and friends. Do you remember them? The next door neighbors and the kids who lived down the block. They were the high school quarterbacks, cheerleaders, and class clowns. Some of them were teachers, police, firefighters, plumbers, and physicians from every race, creed, and color. They came from every corner of our great nation and from other countries as well. Together they defended, protected, and advanced the cause of freedom. They are different in many ways, yet somehow all the same. They were unified in spirit and united in purpose and mission. The men and women who we honor today were no better or worse than any of us. While protecting our nation, they did not choose the benefits of the world and the circumstances in which they were thrust, rather than the circumstances and events of the world chose them. Generation after generation has been fortunate enough to reap the benefits paid for by those who believe that freedom is worth fighting for and necessary dying for. In cemeteries across America and around the world, people will pause to spread flowers on the graves of those lost in war. But today should not be about the sorrow we feel at their loss and not about mourning. I ask today that you do not accept feelings of grief or affliction, rather the feeling of honor, patriotism, and pride. It is said that where one story ends, another begins. Though our lives were cut short, our absent comrades have ensured that the Declaration of Independence and the United States Constitution is applied equally and holds true for everyone, some of whom may not have otherwise been entitled to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Memorial Day is a rare day of opportunity to give thanks for all we have been blessed with. even through the significance of this day, becomes at times confused and distorted. The true meaning is sometimes lost to commercialism or drowned in forgetful indulgence. Those of us who are here today recognize the magnitude of the accomplishment and the deeds of the men and women who helped the idea that evil and tyranny must not and will not prevail. The courage possessed by the men and women who we are honoring today is something that cannot be taught. The willingness to put country first is what thoroughly makes America the home of the brave. And that is what this very special day is all about. Being thankful that such brave men and women have lived, and to pay tribute to those heroic patriots who briefly rose up and fought for something greater than themselves and protected the home to which they never returned. No matter how different these soldiers, sailors, Marines, airmen, and Coast Guardsmen are from one another, one thing remains the same. This is the land of the freedom and of liberty. History and experience have provided the undisputed truth that it is the home of the brave. America will always be home, and a home worth dying for. Today we do more than just carry on the tradition dated back to 1866, when the first formal Memorial Day observances were conducted. We go beyond tradition, beyond remembering, and beyond mourning. Today we work together to make this the country they died for, building a better nation each and every day. Thank you.
Hello, Littleton. I am humbled and deeply honored to be here. Memorial Day is a day unlike any other. Since 1868, we have come together in our communities to place flowers and flags on the graves of those who have given their last full measure of devotion to our country. We come together to remember and honor those who have done their duty and never ask for anything in return other than to be respected and remembered for protecting our freedom and our way of life. In doing so, millions of these soldiers paid the ultimate sacrifice, their life, for our freedom. Memorial Day, which was originally called Decoration Day, is a day of remembrance for those soldiers who have died in service of the United States of America. It was called Decoration Day because family and friends of the fallen soldiers would come together and decorate the graves of these brave men with flowers and wreaths. Decoration Day was later renamed Memorial Day in 1971 and became a national day of remembrance, a day of national awareness and respect to honor all Americans who have died defending this great country of ours. The meaning of memorial is in memory. With this in mind, we know that the true meaning of Memorial Day is to honor and remember all those American soldiers who died defending our freedom, our right to be free. Charles M. Province may have penned it best in his poem, "It is the Soldier." It is the soldier, not the minister, who has given us freedom of religion. It is the soldier, not the reporter, who has given us freedom of press. It is the soldier, not the poet, who has given us freedom of speech. It is the soldier, not the campus organizer, who has given us freedom to protest. It is the soldier, not the lawyer, who has given us the right to a fair trial. It is the soldier, not the politician, who has given us the right to vote. It is the soldier who salutes the flag, who serves beneath the flag, and whose coffin is draped by the flag. The American soldiers come from all walks of life, and many of them are just ordinary citizens, boys who did something extraordinary. Millions of them died defending our freedom and our way of life, paying the ultimate sacrifice, their life, so that we could be free. On this Memorial Day, try to take some time, even if just for a few minutes, to think and remember those boys, men, and women from Littleton and from all across our great country who have served and died, but will never be forgotten. Every Memorial Day, at ceremonies all across the country, taps is played to honor the men and women who paid the ultimate sacrifice. Taps, the distinctive bugle melody played at U.S. military funerals and memorials, was originally used to signal soldiers to extinguish lights at night dating all the way back to the American Civil War. But it later became the bugle call for all whose lights were extinguished. Again, please take a few minutes out of your busy day to reflect and remember all those who died for our freedom. In closing, I'd like to share a brief but powerful quote from an author that is unknown. Our flag does not fly because the wind moves it. It flies with the last breath of each soldier who died protecting it. Have a wonderful and meaningful Memorial Day.
Firing squad, win their honors.